we're going through Nicole's new space, and I want to talk about the floors because you did decide to tear them all up, and there was a reason you did that. You wanted everything to be very cohesive. We have viz of that right now, how it looks.
So, you know, it's really important also in a smaller space, you want to run the floors to the length, the longest length of the space, because it'll make the space feel larger. It's not cutting it the other way. Right. So we did this here, and with light floors, and they're vinyl.
Ooh.
High density, high traffic vinyl, and it looks expensive, it feels expensive, you don't know anymore.
It's party time next.
Yeah, party
it's vinyl. Like the heels, you can get the high heels in there, it's all good. You also had to make good use of vertical space, and you did that in a lot of ways. We actually have some examples of that right now. This is from Resource Furniture. Take a look at this amazing.
So this is a great piece. So this has a shelf, and then there's another shelf that actually goes in front of it. So it's shelf on shelf, and you're using your vertical space. You know, we have these walls, we think of artwork, but let's use them for things that we actually need and more function. Right. So we have another photo as well. And, you know, the idea here is that you have this piece, this beautiful piece that's something, a nice pop on the wall, and we'll get to the next photo. It actually opens up, and it's a table.
Isn't that so cool?
So for small spaces, whether it's for kitchen, whether it's for office, you have this, you have the ability to double duty here. And then we have one last one, which is really, really great. We have this piece here. So it's the shelf, and it now opens into storage.
That's so cool.
So it's almost like an art piece on the wall, right?
Yes, everything's sort of hidden away, which is really nice, because what you don't want is clutter everywhere, and you're dealing with 560 square feet, and you have the opportunity to have things pile up, and you're trying to prevent that. So since we've been talking about Nix's first space, we thought, let's go back. Let's talk about our first places that we ever had, that we ever moved into or owned. Kimberly, we have the cutest picture of you.
Do we?
Please look at baby Kimberly. Baby Kimberly!
Yeah, I was so young.
Why did you move out at age 12? Who let you do that? You're a baby.
Look at all the boxes there, and you know, when you just first look at, okay, first of all,
is that a cord?
Yeah, that's a cord. Phones used to be attached to the wall, kids.
On the wall.
Yeah, and that wallpaper. Now I actually think that wallpaper is really groovy, but when I first moved
back
in,
in.
I was like, oh no, it has to go.
Great pictures. It looks like your Tinder profile.
So we have a shot of your kitchen as well, and I want to take a look at the cabinetry because when it comes to decor, it's interesting. Things actually come back around again.
They do, but look at it's a perfect example of how to make a space not look larger, right? There's like 8 different finishes. Like I wasn't shy back then, meaning S-H-A-I, shy.
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that was wrong.
Right. You knew that.
That I knew.
And this was a bungalow.
It was a little bungalow, yeah.
Yes.
We ended up putting a second story on the house. And so if you're thinking of having a child, a really good tip, do a renovation when they're babies and have all the pounding and noise going on, and they'll sleep through anything. So,
Good
it's
tip.
amazing.
I love that. Okay, Colin and Justin, I want to look at your first space. Get ready for baby Colin and Justin. This is their first spot.
When dinosaurs still roamed the earth.
Stop it. Where are you? Where is this? Where was your first
It's
place?
in Glasgow, you know, it looks grander than it is because there's some really old, beautiful buildings, but they've been subdivided, you know, so we had a little portion of something that was quite grand.
Nice.
I think, you know, the great thing about first homes is that you should be excited. It's the start of your path, the start of the journey.
That's right.
So we were super excited, you know, we made our own artwork, we were just assembling things from dumpsters, second-hand stores, but we pieced it together.
I think it's beautiful, and I think there's going to be always something beautiful and sentimental about a place that you own or you rent, and it's your very first. I think that's incredible.
It's all about atmosphere as well.
It
you know,
is.
when you look at an old photograph like that, you're reminded of what you were doing at that time, where you went that night, the friends that you were around. So it's a great walk down memory lane looking at this stuff.
That's beautiful.
And it's
Shy?
good to put a little sweat equity in. Like, I'm glad to see Nicole.
I like that she did some stuff, because I
She
certainly did not.
Never?
No, none of it. No. I don't. Like, I want to walk in and it's pretty. No, that's all.
You want to own it.
Again,
I did.
that's how I would do it.
Right?
Walk in and
Just
make-
walk in, it's pretty. Okay, Shy, your first place?
Yeah, my first day, we don't have a photo because it's when pictures were still taken under that cape with the flash bulb and things, so we don't have a photo. But that was in Tel Aviv. It was a sketch. It was on a wall.
stone tablet.
It was a
Stone carving.
It was 42 square meters. It was in Tel Aviv, which is 450 square feet. Literally, like I came out of one closet, moved into another. It was really, really, really tiny. But, you know, it was what it was, and it was my first place, so I loved it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.